Welcome to the Expensive Coins History channel. In this episode, we will explore the fascinating story of the 1988 South Korean 101 coin, a piece that may look ordinary but holds an interesting place in numismatic history. By the end, you'll know everything about its background, composition, rarity, and what it is really worth in 2025. The 1988 101 coin was issued by the Korea Minting and Security Printing Corporation for the Republic of Korea. It belongs to the long-running 101 coin series that features the portrait of Admiral Lee Sun-sin, one of Korea's most respected historical figures. The year 1988 was particularly special for South Korea, as it marked the Seoul Summer Olympics, a milestone event that showcased the country's modernization and economic rise. Although this coin was not released as an Olympic commemorative issue, it still represents the era of growth and national pride surrounding that period. The coin's design and technical details give it both simplicity and cultural depth. It has a denomination of 101, made of a copper-nickel alloy. It weighs approximately 5.42 grams and measures about 24 millimeters in diameter with a reeded edge. On the front, or obverse side, you'll find the detailed portrait of Admiral Lee Sun-sin wearing his traditional armor and helmet, symbolizing bravery and national defense. The reverse side displays the large denomination number, 100, and the Korean words for Bank of Korea, along with the year 1988. When it comes to rarity, the 1988 101 coin is far from rare in ordinary circulated condition. Approximately 298 million pieces were minted that year, which makes it one of the more common issues. Because of that large mintage, most of these coins have only modest collectible value unless they are in perfect or near-perfect condition. There is sometimes talk among collectors about a no mint mark version, but for this particular issue, that is actually standard. The Korea Mint did not include a visible mint mark on regular 101 circulation coins of that time, meaning the absence of a mint mark is not an error or rarity. Collectors often wonder if the 1988 101 coin can be worth a lot of money. The short answer is that for typical circulated examples, its value remains close to its face value or just slightly higher. In 2025, a circulated 1988 101 coin generally sells for between 10 cents and $1. Uncirculated examples, especially those that show bright original mint luster, may bring between $5 and $15 depending on visual appeal and grade. In the certified collector market, if the coin is graded by a professional service such as PCGS or NGC and achieves a very high grade, something like Mint State 64 or better, it could sell for as much as $70 or even $80. However, those are exceptional cases, and the vast majority of coins will not reach such a premium. The value in local terms would vary based on exchange rates. For example, with $1 equal to roughly 280 Pakistani rupees in 2025, the circulated coin would be worth around 30 to 300 rupees, while a pristine uncirculated piece might sell for 1 to 4,000 rupees. A certified high-grade specimen could potentially be valued above 20,000 rupees. Still, these are approximate estimates and can change with market trends and collector interest. There are several reasons why this coin does not command a high premium. First, the mintage was extremely large, which keeps supply high and prices low. Second, it is a standard circulation coin rather than a limited edition or proof coin, so there is no built-in rarity. Third, collector demand for modern Korean circulation coins is relatively low compared to older or commemorative issues. Finally, condition plays a massive role. Only coins that remain in excellent uncirculated condition are considered desirable by serious collectors. If you own one of these coins and want to check its potential, the best approach is to carefully assess its condition. A coin free from scratches, stains, or wear will always be worth more. Consider having it graded by a reputable coin certification service if it appears to be in exceptional condition, as that official grade can increase its value. Always store your coins in a clean, dry environment, ideally in protective holders or capsules, to prevent oxidation and wear. Occasionally, collectors may find error coins such as misstrikes, off-center strikes, or planchet defects. These kinds of genuine mint errors can make a normally common coin much more valuable, sometimes by many times its regular price. If you suspect your 1988 101 coin has any unusual features, it is wise to consult a professional numismatist for verification. The 1988 South Korean 101 coin is a beautiful and culturally significant piece of currency, reflecting a vibrant moment in Korean history. However, it is not a rare or high-value coin in most cases. In 2025, the vast majority of these coins are still valued at only a small premium over face value, with the exception of uncirculated or certified high-grade pieces. While it may not make you rich, it remains an appealing collectible for those interested in modern Asian coins or in the heritage of South Korea. The portrait of Admiral Lee Sun-sin and the coin's solid design make it a great conversation piece and an accessible entry point for new collectors. Whether you found one in your change or you're exploring the broader history of South Korean currency, the 1988 101 coin is a tangible reminder of a nation's progress and pride. The 1989 no-mint mark South Korean 101 coin. This coin may look ordinary to most people, but its background, design, and collector interest make it an intriguing piece of Korean numismatic history. We'll discuss its origins, its place in South Korea's coinage, its rarity, and its true market value in 2025. The 1989 101 coin was issued during a period when South Korea's economy was rapidly developing and the country was modernizing its currency production. The coin features the famous Korean naval hero Admiral Lee Sun-sin on the obverse, a national figure known for his leadership and innovation during the late 16th century. His image has been used on this denomination for decades, symbolizing bravery, strength, and national pride. The reverse of the coin displays the denomination, 100, with the year 1989 written above and the name of the issuing country below. This coin is made of a copper-nickel alloy, has a weight of approximately 5.42 grams, and measures about 24 millimeters in diameter. It has a reeded edge and a simple yet elegant design that reflects the practicality and consistency of South Korean coinage in the late 20th century. Although the mintage figure for 1989 was quite large, with hundreds of millions of pieces struck for circulation, many collectors continue to take interest in it due to certain minor varieties and its nostalgic connection to South Korea's economic history. The phrase, no mint mark, often causes confusion. In many countries, coins carry small letters or symbols that identify where they were struck, but South Korea's circulating coins of this era typically do not display a mint mark at all. That is completely normal and does not automatically make the coin rare. The Korea Minting and Security Printing Corporation, which produced the coin, usually did not include mint marks on circulating issues. Therefore, the absence of a mint mark is not an error or special variety in itself. When it comes to rarity, the 1989 101 is considered fairly common in circulated condition. However, truly high-grade examples, those that remain uncirculated with full mint luster, are much harder to find because most were used in daily transactions. Coins that have survived without wear, scratches, or discoloration can command a premium from collectors. Rarity, condition, and demand always play the largest role in determining market value. As we enter 2025, what is this coin really worth? In average circulated condition, a typical 1989 South Korean 101 coin usually trades for between $50 and a few dollars in the international collector market. These prices vary depending on condition, local demand, and how the coin is sold, whether in bulk, through auctions, or individually to collectors. Uncirculated examples with bright surfaces and no signs of wear can reach values from around $5 to $15, sometimes more if the coin is certified or encapsulated by a professional grading service. Exceptional mint state examples may sell for higher amounts, but they are the exception rather than the rule. It's important to remember that the coin's face value is only 101, which today equals just a small fraction of a US dollar. Its collectible value is what gives it significance. While this coin is not one of the rarest South Korean issues, it remains a solid, affordable, and attractive piece for collectors of Asian coins or world circulation types. Many people enjoy collecting different dates of the 101 series, comparing details like strike quality, luster, and the slight changes that occurred in the design over the decades. If you happen to have a 1989 coin in your collection, take a close look at its condition. Check for sharp details on Admiral Lee Sun-sin's portrait, clean lettering, and an even metallic shine. If it looks nearly flawless, it may be worth having it evaluated by a coin dealer or graded by a professional service. Even if it doesn't turn out to be rare, preserving it carefully can ensure it retains or increases its modest collector value in the years to come. The 1989 101 coin also represents a piece of Korean culture and national pride. It reminds us of a time when South Korea was strengthening its economy and identity, and when coins like this were a daily symbol of progress. For new collectors, it's an excellent starting point, affordable, historically meaningful, and easy to identify. For advanced collectors, it can serve as a reference for studying minting variations and production standards of the late 20th century. The 1989 no-mint mark South Korean 101 coin is not a rare treasure worth thousands, but it is a valuable and interesting collectible that tells a story of history, design, and national pride. In 2025, most examples will be worth between 50 cents and $15 depending on condition, with exceptional pieces possibly worth more. Its real value lies in its cultural significance and the connection it provides to a defining era of South Korea's growth. 1995 South Korean 101 coin. Many people wonder if this particular coin without any mint mark can be worth a significant amount of money, so in this video we are going to look at its origin, its production history, its possible rarity, its market value, and how much it is actually worth in 2025. The 101 coin of South Korea is one of the most recognizable modern coins in East Asia. The front of the coin features the portrait of Admiral Lee Sun-sin, one of Korea's greatest national heroes, and the reverse side carries the denomination 100 along with the words Bank of Korea written in Hangul. The coin is made of a copper-nickel alloy, weighs a little over 5 grams, and has a diameter of about 24 millimeters with a reeded edge. The year 1995 marked a very active period for Korean minting. The coin was struck at the Korean Mint in Daejeon as part of the standard circulation series that began in the early 1980s. A total of hundreds of millions of coins were produced that year, which means that at first glance this is not a rare coin. Every Korean citizen used this type of coin in daily transactions, from small market purchases to vending machines. Because of that heavy circulation, most of the coins from that period show visible wear and loss of luster. Now let us talk about the so-called no-mint mark issue. Many collectors use the term no-mint mark when a coin lacks a visible mint letter, and in some countries that can indicate a rare variety. However, South Korean coins of this design generally do not show a mint mark at all on the surface. The absence of a mint letter does not automatically make it a special or rare version. Therefore, a 1995 101 without a mint mark is in fact the normal issue. Claims that a no-mint mark version is a special rarity are not supported by any official documentation or professional numismatic catalog. Although the 1995 coin is common, collectors still pay attention to condition. Coins that remain in perfect mint state condition, with all details sharp and full original shine, are much harder to find because of the high circulation numbers. A brilliant uncirculated specimen can attract a small premium compared with the face value. In 2025, the market value of a 1995 South Korean 101 coin depends almost entirely on its preservation. A typical circulated coin is usually worth only a few cents in international trade. Coins in extremely fine to uncirculated condition might reach around $1 to $2, and only exceptional, certified examples in flawless condition could be sold for slightly more. While the base face value in Korean currency remains 101, equivalent to around 10 US cents, the collectible premium is modest. Why is this coin not considered rare or highly valuable? The main reason is its enormous mintage. With hundreds of millions struck, there is a huge supply even 30 years later. It was produced with modern minting technology, ensuring uniformity and low error rates. It was not a commemorative issue, not made in silver or gold, and did not feature any limited edition design changes. For a coin to become truly valuable, it usually needs one of those factors: low mintage, unique design, precious metal content, or a documented minting error. The 1995 101 coin simply does not meet those criteria. However, there are certain circumstances in which a coin from this year could become more valuable. If you have a piece that shows an obvious minting error such as a double strike, off-center design, or die crack, it could be worth significantly more to error collectors. If the coin has been professionally graded and encapsulated by a recognized service with a high grade such as mint state 67 or higher, it may attract more attention and higher prices. Collectors are always willing to pay a premium for certified perfection or clearly visible mint errors. For anyone who owns this coin, it is worth examining the piece carefully under good lighting. Check the weight, the diameter, and the details of Admiral Yi's portrait. Make sure it has not been polished or damaged, because cleaning often reduces collector value. If your coin looks unusually sharp and free of wear, consider preserving it in a protective holder to maintain its condition. When buying or selling, be careful with online listings that claim the 1995 no mint mark coin is extremely rare or worth hundreds of dollars. Many of those advertisements exaggerate value and rely on the misunderstanding of what no mint mark means in Korean coinage. The true worth of a regular 1995 101 coin remains low, and while it is an interesting historical piece, it is not a coin that will make you rich overnight. That being said, every coin tells a story. The 1995 101 represents a period of economic growth in South Korea, a time when the country was modernizing rapidly while still honoring its historical figures. Collectors often keep it as part of a full-year set or to study the subtle design and minting changes throughout the 1990s. For educational or sentimental reasons, it holds lasting appeal. In 2025, the realistic price range for this coin can be summarized as follows. In circulated condition it is worth about its face value or slightly more, usually under $1. In uncirculated condition or with a professional grade it could reach $1 to $3, and in rare cases where an error or extremely high grade is confirmed, the price could rise higher but still within a modest range. There is no known version of the 1995 101 coin that sells for hundreds or thousands of dollars. For collectors, this coin remains a good example of South Korea's modern coinage system, combining durability, aesthetic design, and national pride. If you enjoy building complete year sets or studying Asian coins, it is worth keeping as part of your collection. If you are searching for high-value investments, you might focus instead on lower mintage Korean commemoratives or older silver coins. The 1995 South Korean 101 coin is a piece of modern history with cultural significance but limited monetary premium. The so-called no mint mark version is simply the standard issue, not a special variety. Its worth in 2025 generally ranges between a few cents and a few dollars depending on condition. Always remember that in numismatics, rarity and demand determine value, and while this coin may not make you wealthy, it remains a meaningful part of Korea's rich numismatic story. The 1993 South Korean 101 coin without a mint mark. This coin, featuring the image of Admiral Lee Sun-sin, is an important part of South Korea's modern coinage history. While at first glance it may appear to be just another piece of circulating currency, the story behind it, its rarity, and its current market value in 2025 make it a very interesting subject for collectors and enthusiasts alike. The 1993 101 coin was produced by the Bank of Korea during a time when the country's coinage was already well established and widely used in daily transactions. The coin is composed of copper and nickel, weighs around 5.42 grams, and measures approximately 24 millimeters in diameter. On the front side is the proud portrait of Admiral Lee Sun-sin, the legendary naval commander who defended Korea during the Japanese invasions of the late 16th century. On the reverse side are the denomination 101, the issuing authority, and the year of minting. The coin has a reeded edge, giving it a distinct tactile and visual texture. One of the most notable aspects of this coin is the absence of a mint mark. In South Korea, not all coins carry mint marks, and the 1993 issue is one of those years where the coins were struck without any additional marking to indicate the mint location. While this detail may seem minor, it often sparks curiosity among collectors who associate mint marks with rarity or special production. However, in this case, the lack of a mint mark does not automatically mean the coin is rare or of unusually high value, as most 1993 101 coins were produced without one. During that year, more than 180 million examples were minted, making it a regular circulation coin rather than a limited issue or commemorative strike. Because of this large mintage, most examples entered circulation and were used in everyday commerce throughout the 1990s and 2000s. As a result, many of the coins found today show signs of wear, scratches, or loss of luster. Coins in heavily circulated condition are quite common and easy to find in South Korea and in world coin collections around the globe. Where rarity comes into play is with condition. Coins that were never circulated, or that remain in mint or near mint state, are considerably harder to find. Collectors always value sharp details, clear lettering, and unblemished surfaces. A bright, lustrous 1993 101 coin with no signs of wear can bring a noticeably higher price than one that has been in circulation for decades. When evaluating this coin's market value in 2025, condition is the single most important factor. Circulated coins with visible signs of wear generally sell for a very modest amount, often only a few dollars at most. These are mainly collected for historical or educational reasons rather than for investment. On the other hand, uncirculated or proof-like examples that have been well preserved can reach values of $10 to $15 or sometimes slightly more depending on the buyer and market conditions. Coins that have been certified by professional grading services such as NGC or PCGS can also command small premiums, as certification guarantees authenticity and grade. It is important to recognize that despite being over 30 years old, this coin is not considered rare in the numismatic world. Its high mintage, widespread circulation, and absence of special variations or striking errors keep its value within a reasonable range. Some sellers may advertise it as a rare or highly valuable piece, but realistically, the 1993 101 coin is appreciated more for its design and historical representation than for monetary worth. However, that does not mean it lacks significance. For South Korean collectors, the 101 denomination has cultural and nostalgic importance. It represents stability and continuity in the country's modern currency system. For international collectors, it serves as a gateway into Asian numismatics, offering a beautifully designed yet affordable example of late 20th century coinage. Many hobbyists enjoy collecting these coins by year to complete date sets, and the 1993 issue is an essential part of that timeline. In the global collector market of 2025, there is a consistent demand for world coins in pristine condition. The 1993 101, if well preserved, fits perfectly into that category. Online auction platforms and world coin trading sites often feature listings for this coin, and while the price may fluctuate slightly depending on grade and presentation, its value remains steady. It is not an item likely to appreciate rapidly, but it maintains its place as a collectible modern coin with historical charm. For anyone interested in collecting this piece, there are a few simple tips to keep in mind. Always examine the coin under good lighting to check for sharp details and surface condition. Avoid cleaning the coin, as polishing or chemical cleaning can remove natural luster and reduce its collector value. Store it in a coin capsule or holder to protect it from oxidation and scratches. If you believe your coin is in exceptionally fine condition, you may consider professional grading, which can help establish its exact quality and marketability. The 1993 No Mint Mark South Korean 101 coin is a fascinating artifact of modern history. It represents a period of economic growth and modernization in South Korea while paying tribute to one of the country's greatest heroes. Although it is not an extremely rare or high-value coin, it remains a collectible piece that continues to attract attention from numismatists worldwide. In 2025, its realistic market value ranges from just a few dollars for circulated examples to around $15 for the best preserved specimens. Owning one of these coins is less about profit and more about connection to history, design, and the enduring legacy of Admiral Lee Sun-sin. Whether you found it in your change, inherited it, or purchased it from a dealer, it's a piece of South Korean heritage that carries meaning beyond its face value. 2008 South Korean 101 coin, a piece that may appear ordinary at first glance but holds an interesting story behind its creation, design, and market value. We will explore its background, the so-called no mint mark issue, its rarity, and how much it is truly worth in 2025. The 101 coin of South Korea is one of the country's most recognizable denominations. The coin features the image of Admiral Lee Sun-sin, one of Korea's most respected historical figures, known for his heroic leadership during the Imjin War in the 16th century. The reverse of the coin carries the denomination 100 and the words Bank of Korea in Hangul. It is made of a copper-nickel alloy, weighs about 5.5 grams, and measures 24 millimeters in diameter. It has a reeded edge and a silver-gray appearance that gives it a clean, modern look. In 2008, the Bank of Korea continued its long-running coin series that had started in the early 1980s. That year, hundreds of millions of 101 coins were produced for general circulation. Because of this high mintage, the coin is considered common, and most examples remain in regular use throughout South Korea. The term no mint mark can cause some confusion for collectors who are familiar with other world coins, such as those from the United States. In South Korea, most circulation coins are produced at a single mint facility and typically do not display a mint mark at all. Therefore, the absence of a mint mark on a 2008 101 coin is not a special variety or error, it is the standard issue for that year. However, collectors sometimes look for small variations in strike quality, die differences, or misprints that can make one coin stand out. A genuine error coin, such as one with a double strike, off-center image, or unusual die pattern, could be more valuable, but those are extremely rare and must be authenticated by a professional grading service. For the vast majority of 2008 101 coins, the value depends on condition. Circulated coins, the kind found in pockets or change, are generally worth only their face value, which is roughly the equivalent of a few cents in U.S. currency. Uncirculated examples, coins that have never been used and retain their original luster, may attract small premiums from collectors, sometimes selling for a few dollars depending on presentation and grade. In 2025, the general market for modern South Korean coins remains stable. The 2008 101 coin in average circulated condition is typically valued between 20 cents and $1 to international collectors. A brilliant uncirculated or mint state coin could sell for $2 to $10, primarily to those assembling date sets of modern Korean coinage. Exceptional proof-like or error varieties could command higher prices, but only if verified by expert grading. Claims of huge values in the tens of thousands of dollars are not supported by official auction records or reputable coin catalogs, so such statements should be approached with caution. The modest value of this coin comes down to several key factors. The 2008 issue had a very large mintage, meaning scarcity is low. It is a modern coin, not yet old enough to have developed strong historical or rarity-based demand. Additionally, many examples remain in circulation, which limits the premium collectors are willing to pay. Only flawless specimens or unusual errors tend to bring noticeable value increases. If you have a 2008 101 coin and wonder whether it might be special, start by examining its condition carefully under good lighting. Check for any striking errors, doubling of letters, or off-center images. If you believe you have an unusual example, consider having it graded by a professional service that specializes in world coins. Even if your coin turns out to be common, it is still a fascinating piece of South Korean monetary history and a great addition to a world coin collection. As of 2025, you can expect most 2008 101 coins to have collector values that remain small but steady. They serve as an affordable entry point for new collectors interested in East Asian coinage and a tangible reminder of South Korea's modern economic era. Thank you for watching this detailed look into the 2008 South Korean 101 coin. If you enjoyed this explanation and would like to learn more about the hidden stories and true market values behind modern coins from around the world, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Share in the comments if you have this coin and what condition it's in, and we'll discuss it together. Until next time, happy collecting, and may every coin you find tell you a new story.